Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And first and foremost, I'd like to welcome everybody that's new to the channel. Thank you very much for the tremendous support on the video yesterday, and as well as for subscribing. You guys are awesome. I had absolutely no idea that Thunder tweeted out my video that I posted yesterday, or should I say earlier today at the time of this recording or whatnot. Sleep schedule is all messed up, man. Ever since quarantine life and then going back to work recently, sleep schedule still messed up, man. But it's all right. I mean, it is what it is, right? As long as videos get made, that's what counts the most. And I was just thunderstruck, literally, so to speak. I go to work, I check on to see how the video is doing. I'm like, yeah, I probably got 30 to 40 views or so. That's what I've been averaging lately over the last, I don't know, probably a couple years actually. And then all of a sudden I see like 150 plus, and then a couple hours later I see 250 plus, and then a couple hours later I see a few hundred more plus. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I had absolutely no idea, and you guys told me in the comment section that Thunder sent you, so thank you very much to him. Thank you so much for the kind support. I almost kind of felt like shedding a tear while I was at work when I saw that. I was like, wow, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but thank you so much, Thunder. But anyway, for those of you that are new around here, I just wanted to quickly say that I like to involve my audience in the videos that I talk about, in the sense that, well, back months ago, or maybe even about a year ago, I used to kind of go a little bit more nuts with it, so to speak, but in the long run, that actually didn't end up working out. So I just figured, I'd go back to basics, man. Sometimes trying to fix something that isn't broken or something that's enough just really isn't necessary. What I've learned over the last almost 5 years of doing this. Come April 15th, it'll be my 5-year anniversary here on the channel. So that's one of the many lessons that I've learned. I've learned quite a lot over the last 5 years of doing this. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of discussion today, because it really begs the question in a sense, and I want your 2 cents on this, because for the most part, most of you guys seem some really sensible people. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be a few people that are gonna disagree, or that are gonna roast me, or that are gonna do this and that. That's part of the YouTube life, man. All you got to do is just weed out the negativity and just keep the positivity. Pretty much like life in a sense, except here we are on the internet. So, but anyway, the thing is that it really is no secret that out of all the complaints that we've had as a community about Modern Warfare, right? Modern Warfare 2019. The footsteps being too loud, the spawns being off, the maps having safe spaces and doors all over the place, to create a class system pro and con thing that just really punishes and shafts any form of movement whatsoever. And of course, last but not least, in terms of the really big complaints, the minimap as well, let's not forget that. The biggest thing I think is safe to say is the subject of skill-based matchmaking. Hell, even PwnStars.com made a video talking about it today. I mean, I woke up from my fucked up sleep schedule, and I see that he uploaded a video, and I clicked on that motherfucker right away. He's the one he's probably the most influential. Well, in terms of YouTube, Sandy Ravage is the most influential, but in terms of gameplay, I'd probably say he's the most influential out of all the guys that I consider to be the best of the best when it comes to Call of Duty pubs. So he's probably the most influential that I've had. So when he uploads a video after God knows how long, and he talks about the subject, and I believe he said he's going to make more, and I can't wait for that. So Pwn, I know you follow me on Twitter, and if there's any chance that you're watching this video, any chance whatsoever, I just wanted to say, as a fan and as a person that's been watching you for years, I look forward to that. I very much look forward to that, and it's only going to make my week better, But the thing is, skill-based matchmaking is the most number one topic, the biggest complaint in the community of everybody, Warzone players, multiplayer players, just everybody. And it is actually showing us that there are more people, time and time again, this was a question, there was a topic of discussion in one of my previous videos. There are more and more good players in COD than there ever have been before, thanks to a whole bunch of things, and I've already talked about that in my last video, so I'm not really going to get into it again. I really don't want to be like a parrot in my videos, because I know some of you guys will be annoyed by that, and at the same time, I don't, I want to refrain from doing that, because I kind of tend to repeat myself a little bit more often than not. Again, I don't do cut commentaries. I don't cut and paste them together. I basically do uncut, as if you guys were talking right in front of me. So I guess that's part of the reason why. But anyway, going back on topic here. The thing is, skill-based matchmaking is the biggest subject. And with that being said, do you guys think that they may change? Now, I mean Activision. I don't mean Treyarch, because Treyarch or even the devs, any devs whatsoever, are not in charge of that sort of thing. Treyarch has a team balancing thing, but honestly, that's been in pretty much every Call of Duty ever since, I don't know, probably Advanced Warfare. There's been some sort of team balancing algorithm. I think it was the most apparent in Black Ops 3. And then beyond, of course. It's definitely apparent in Black Ops 4. It's in Infinite Warfare as well. There's definitely some sort of team balancing algorithm going on, which I'd rather take team balancing over skill-based matchmaking, to be honest. That's of course. And of course, the challenge is me to get a 70-kill team deathmatch, but which I have done in the last few Call of Duties. I was one off in this one. I did it in Black Ops 4. Well, no, in Black Ops 4, I was off by 3, I believe. I did it in Advanced Warfare. I did it in, the thing is, first of all, would you guys take team balancing over skill-based matchmaking? And, of course, do you think that there's any sort of chance, thanks to the backlash, that we will get some sort of change in the team balancing, the skill-based matchmaking algorithm that they're implementing in pubs, that Activision is obviously implementing in pubs? And the way I like this, here's my analogy, right? I mean, Activision at this point is like the executives being in charge of the DC movies, as opposed to the way Marvel's been doing things. Marvel, I mean, obviously Marvel's not perfect either. They've had a few fuck ups here and there, but for the most part, Marvel has been tremendously successful with their movies and the way they tie everything together, especially when you compare them to what DC's been doing. But a lot of that is also because, well, when you get big studios involved instead of the makers themselves, and you take the power out of the makers, like the directors and stuff like that, when you take all that out, it's like, yeah, you're going to get like something else that's kind of like a mix of what was supposed to happen in the first place. That's why a lot of people are saying hashtag release the Snyder Cut for the Justice League movie. What are we doing with Call of Duty? Hashtag remove skill-based matchmaking. And at this point right now, it's actually going to get to a point to where I think the Snyder Cut is actually going to become a thing sooner or later. It's becoming more and more popular. There is a such thing that exists. For the longest time ever, people were debating on whether or not it exists and stuff like that. It's going to cost more money for it to happen or whatnot, and apparently they were going to do it on HBO, and now they're not doing it, or I don't know. But the thing is, you guys see where there's kind of a lot of things in common here. Now, my logical side basically says that Activision, of course, doesn't give a fuck about anything other than money, and of course protecting the newbies, even if that means at the expense of the diehard Call of Duty fans that have been loyal or whatnot. So I mean, it's they do things the way they want to do them, and at the same time, there's a part of me that says, well, because of the backlash, they might do something about it. But every once in a while, whenever I start to think like that, I almost want to slap myself in the face, because it's like, Jack, how many times have you been screwed over, man? I don't know. How many times have we been screwed over by Activision? What are they going to implement next that's going to make the public games suffer or the solo players suffer? It's like, what is going to come next? That's the scary part, man. What is next in terms of Activision's decision making, man? It's kind of scary, man. It really is. So do you think, with that being said, do you guys think that there's any chance whatsoever that we are going to get some sort of improvement on the algorithm? Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, there has been some sort of algorithm in pubs to keep things from being so ridiculously easy that it feels like we're playing like against bots. Because if you look at one of Exclusive Ace's most recent videos about where he did the skill-based matchmaking test in Warzone, to where he held a pistol and he was just shooting a couple times over at a complete noob or whatnot after trashing one of his dummy accounts and making it like super duper low on stats and everything. I mean he was just moving left and right slightly, and then he was messing around, and the guy had trouble killing him. Granted, it seemed, just from the gameplay perspective, it seemed like the person might have been handicapped, but at the same time, I think for those of us that have been playing Call of Duty long enough, know that there's at least one or two people in the lobby that literally have the hardest time shooting. I mean, for me personally, I used to be one of these people. My shot used to suck at Call of Duty, but after Black Ops 2 and putting in my time and learning how to play the game correctly and dedicating myself to it, as well as watching YouTube videos and learning and understanding that there is a method to the madness in terms of how everything works and it's not all just random, I was basically able to put in the time and I got better. And as the years go on, and my ass being 35 and old as fuck at this point in gaming years, in some way, shape, or form, I still managed to get better in some way, shape, or form in Call of Duty. So actually, to be honest, I can't even say such a thing. That's actually up to you guys to decide. For those of you guys that watch my streams, for those of you guys that watch my videos and compare the gameplay over the years. Now, this gameplay is a little bit older. It's like, I don't know, 5-6 months old. You know, I've got a ton of gameplay on the side that I hardly use. But thank God that I keep it, because if I didn't, I mean, it's like, no, I'm not playing Modern Warfare. So yeah, I mean, I want to know from your guys' perspective, what do you guys think is going to happen with Call of Duty 2020? Do you guys think we're going to get a similar skill-based matchmaking algorithm, or do you guys think we're going to get one that's going to be toned down? What do you guys think the deal is going to be? And according to a lot of content creators out there of recent videos, for the weekend from the 3rd to the 6th, they actually toned down or turned off the skill-based matchmaking, and then wham bam, after the 6th, after the game got taken out of free-to-play for the weekend, they turned it back on. It's like, holy shit, man. It just goes to show you how much control Activision want. Not just with money, but with a hell of a lot more than that. But little do they know, because executives are in charge as opposed to just passionate people, little do they know that they're actually killing their game. And we've always said that Call of Duty is going to kill itself, and this is a way of surely killing itself. Skill-based matchmaking at this time right now, in terms of what it is, it's no different than the beer flu, man. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Thunder, and thank you so much again for the gesture. That was absolutely incredible. Definitely made my day. Thank you so much. And for those of you guys that have come by here and subscribed and left comments and everything and watch, thank you so much, and welcome to the channel. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.